Welcome back to Around the Table with Stacy Smith. We're talking about politics, and of course, this year is considered an off-year election. The biggest election in Allegheny County is that for Allegheny County Executive. Several have announced that they are candidates for that position. More will be announcing, we hear. So the first question, can a Republican gather enough steam to make a run for that office?
Well, the Republicans won that office already, but that was in a unique circumstance. I think it's difficult right now with everything that's going on, with what we've been talking about before in the show, for a Republican at this point to do so. It takes money to get elected. I haven't heard of anybody who is really out there at this point. I take it back. I was informed of somebody the other day. But the question is, will that person have the money? Secondly, it will depend on what happens in the Democratic primary. How many candidates are in there? How much do they beat each other up? And how much do they spend money beating each other up to see if the Republican has a chance? So maybe after the primary, I can answer that question for you better.
All right.
The Democratic Party in Allegheny County has had a faction of progressives that has continued to grow, continued to expand into local and countywide and statewide and now national office. They have methodically run candidates for Democratic committee seats. They have methodically organized on social media. They have methodically networked with groups inside and outside of the Democratic local party to do field work, to do intel, to recruit, find, and run candidates. They have had a long run of success. They've established a significant foothold that they did not have even 10 years ago. And what we're going to see on the Democratic side in Allegheny County in this primary is a culmination of their efforts in a showdown. You're going to see the dichotomy of the Allegheny County Democratic Committee on full display this primary, the chief executive race, the row offices. What you're going to see is the progressive candidates that are part of this infrastructure is being built now for over 10 or 15 years against traditional Democrats, moderate wing of the party. The phrase establishment has been used, and it's inevitable. It's going to happen. But what I hope to see from both sides is a constructive conversation on issues that are important to the direction of the county, on the direction of the region, and then secondarily on the direction of the party. But the progressive wing of the Allegheny County Party and City Party have been preparing for this primary for at least 10 years. And now the voters will see it on full display, hopefully in a constructive fashion, on which direction we need to go with our leadership and which direction we need to go with the Allegheny County and City Democrats. This is a moment that has been in the making for a very, very long time.
Now Republicans can run well and win across Allegheny County. When this county was far more Democratic than it is now, we elected a Republican district attorney, a Republican county controller. Mayor David L. Lawrence actually didn't think that was such a bad thing to have a member from the other party keeping an eye on the Democrats at the time. Kept his officials straight, kept them on the straight and narrow. So that can happen, but you can't beat somebody with nobody. And for the Republicans to be in this game, they need a candidate of the quality of Jim Roddy, as they did in the first county executive race.
If I can finish my point, and I apologize for not doing that, is what the Democrats do in this primary and how they do it. How divisive will they be? How damaged will they be? How much negativity will be thrown back and forth? The GOP will be watching that as well. And whomever wins, what did they win on? What were their issues? What were the things that they're strong on and they're weak on? And the GOP will watch that, and they may have opportunities based on how the Democrats conduct themselves and based on who wins to see whether or not they have a path or it will be in a conversation in November. But it's significant advantage Democrats. But let's see, like the governor said, let's see where we're standing on Wednesday after primary Tuesday.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. And thank you for watching. And I hope that you join us again for the next edition of Around the Table with Stacy Smith.